Salve and welcome to another installment of Magister Ambulator. Today we will be continuing with Jonah chapter 1. We'll pick up with verse 9 and we'll go through verse 12 today. Let's start off with a read through. Wayomer Alehem Reivri Anochi Wa'eth Yahweh Elohei Hashemayim Ani Yarei Asher Asa Et Hayam Wa'eth Hayabasha ויראו האנשים יראה גדולה, יאמרו אליו, מה זאת עשית? כי ידעו האנשים כי מלפני יהוה הוא בורח, כי הגיד להם. ויאמרו אליו, מה נעשה לך? וישתוק הים מעלינו, כי הים הולך וסוער. ויאמר עליהם, סעוני והטילוני אל הים, וישתוק הים מעליכם, כי יודע אני, כי בשלי הסער הגדולה הזה עליכם. Translation. And he said to them, I am a Hebrew, and Yahweh, the God of heaven, I fear or I worship, who made the sea and the dry land. And the men feared, literally a great fear, we might say they feared with a great fear or exceedingly fear. And they said to him, what is this that you have done? For they knew, the men did, that from the presence of the Lord he was fleeing, for he told them. And they said to him, what shall we do to you, such that the sea will be quiet for us? For the sea literally was going or walking and storming, but was continuing to storm or growing worse and worse. And he said to them, pick me up and cast me to the sea, so that the sea will be quiet for you. For I know that it is on my account the storm, this great storm, is upon you. Let's go back and pick up a few things here. So we have the verb wayiru together with what's called a cognate accusative. So it's the same root both as the verb and in the accusative here. And that just means they were very, very afraid. So literally they feared a great fear. We also have a key here, which is telling us background information. So we know the men already knew that he was fleeing before the previous action occurred. We also have another key here, which is doing the same thing. It's giving you background information. And this is called the hendiadys here. We have two verbs that are complementing each other, forming one idea. The verb holek is very common in conveying a sense of increase or growth. So the storm was increasing in its severity. We also have a wow here, which normally we might translate as and, but here it is showing purpose or intent. So what shall we do in order that the sea might calm down? And Jonah responds in kind with his own wow by giving you result or purpose as well. We also have Jonah using wahatiluni, which is the same verb that God used when he cast the storm upon the waters, and the same verb that the sailors used when they cast the wares overboard. We also have three words, and you might be wondering, how do we know that that's all part of the same idea and maybe it's not a predicate? Well, the reason we know is because there's a hey here on the storm, there's a hey here on big, and there's a hey here. So we have them all connected by the hey, which tells us they're all forming one idea. You might also be anticipating that there's a bait here with a dagesh, but it doesn't have the dagesh because the previous word ended with a vowel. So ki, and as you're naturally reading, you're going to naturally allied that together, and so it loses what normally would have the dagesh lene here. Join us next time as we pick up with verse 13, and until then, vale.